Alright, hi folks, welcome back to Getting Started with Solidworks. On today's video, as I mentioned before, there's one tool from the sketch section I'll show you right now, which is called Spline. And I would love to dedicate this whole video to just exploring that single tool, because in my opinion it's one of the most useful tools that you will ever come across with just in SolidWorks. So let's get started with that. As you can see here, again, once we open the SolidWorks, as you can see over there, this is going to be the first screen that will appear. Well, you can see here from the previous tutorial video, the piece that we made, but we'll go here to part. So let's go to our canvas and let's get started. Now, before we do that, I'll just take this opportunity to just say one more thing, that alternatively, if you wanted to open a file, you could just go to here, File, well, you just go here to New. Actually, Open is if you want to open a previous file, but New if you wanna, and then you have again the free options. You can go to Part. I'll just go Cancel. All right. So what is Spline? Let's get started with Spline. So let's go here to Sketch. Let's just go here to Sketch. Let's choose the top, of course. All right, and here we are, and that's the origin. This is Spline over there, and essentially that allows us to draw well, freehand shapes, right? So let's go here, let's click that, and let's say I want to do some interesting shape like that. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. Alright, so that is Spline in there. Well, I got a nice shape. You can extrude as usual, but one thing you should notice is that yes, everything is blue there, and that means that a spline cannot be defined. So you cannot, well, you could, but it won't work to like use smart dimension to define this thing. Because the beauty of this tool is that yes, you can, besides these ones that are all fixed geometry, this one, you're free to do whatever you want with this. I just show you that yes, you can extrude this thing. Let's give it like a dimension. Well, yeah, you got an interesting shape going on in there. But I'll go ahead and delete the boss extrude, and I'll also delete that sketch, because the purpose of this video, honestly, one of the things that I'd love to show you right now is, well, let me first go to sketch and let me choose the, I'm going again to clicking spacebar, I'm choosing that guy, and then I can choose the top plane. Because you can do, one of my favorite things to do with the Spline tool is grabbing a picture from the internet, right, and just tracing the picture around using the Spline tool, and you can get to do really cool stuff. I'll show you some examples at the end, some examples of things that I've done in the past with the Spline tool. But for today's purpose, I'll show you, well, we'll do one together. So if we go here to where it says Tools, in there, go down to Sketch Tools, and then you can actually bring a picture into our canvas in here. So I'm going to go for Sketch Picture. And then if you go here to Desktop, right, well, I already downloaded a picture in here. The image credits goes to NASA and the people from Google. So that's where I took it from. Let's just open that. And then you'll see that one of the edges will be right there. Let's give it a second until that loads and it's brought into, let me just zoom out a little bit. Well, that's a pretty picture in there. If you take a look over there, we can just specify, I'd like that to be 20 inches instead. Yeah, let's hit OK. Yeah, so we got our picture in here, right? One thing I would love to say before you get pretty scared is that generally the quality of the picture outside SolidWorks is way better than once you brought it inside. For some reason, it's more pixelated right now. We just need to deal with that, live with it. It's something that SolidWorks hasn't resolved over the years. But anyways, all right, so what are the sort of things that we can do right now? We can literally make this whole picture be a 3D thing. So I'm going to begin doing that. Feel free to speed up the video. But yeah, you'll see me using the spline tool all along. Well, in this case, because we have a circle, right? I'll just save myself some time and I'll begin. I'll begin with the circle. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'll go back here to I'll use a center line. I go from there to, oh, wait a second. I'm gonna begin. If I look at this, right, the first thing that I'll do is I'll do the outer circle. Yeah, that is roughly the center. It isn't, but again, this is opposite to what the people at NASA do. This is not rocket science. It's just an approximate. All right, that's pretty good there. And I'm gonna bring that circle up by 1 inch. Let's say, yeah, 1 inch is good. So now we got our circle, right? That seems like nothing. But then what we're gonna do another sketch. So we're gonna click here in sketch, sketch, which is a circle. The origin is still down there, and you'll see what I'm breaking the #1 rule of Solidworks right now that I've told you in the previous video, that you need to define stuff. So actually, you know what? I'm gonna define that circle too. Whenever I'm doing spline, I won't define stuff, but whenever I'm using other tools other than the spline, I'm gonna define stuff. So you can literally, let me just go ahead and actually I'm gonna do it this way. I'll bring a center line like that, and yeah, that seems good in there. And then you'll see how everything should kind of turn black. You know what? I'm actually gonna bring that to 10 inches, but that would be like the center of that over there. Let's make that be yeah, 2 inches. Of course, why not? Actually, a bit less, 1.9. And like this line above everything, it should be way taller. Let's make that be, I don't know, like 19 inches. Actually, it should be even more. Let's make that 19.5. Oh, that's pretty sweet. It kind of covers that. I should say I did not measure this at all, so this is just like purely eyesight. And let's exit that sketch. Now you'll see like yeah, everything is fully defined. Beautiful. Now we'll do a sketch in here on this on the top surface of that circle. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna go here to tools again, sketch tools, sketch picture, and we'll bring that picture again. And you remember how I said it was 20 inches wide? That's exactly what we're gonna do. I'll just leave it low with a second because these are just heavy, and yeah, let's do that again. And now we can literally continue drawing or just tracing this overall shape, but from from above. Let's see how that looks. I think I'm gonna go directly for drawing these like rainbowy kind, or I might, yeah, I think I'll go for the rainbowy side. It's like crucial to decide some strategic things. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna get started with this. I'm gonna speed up the video from now onwards until I'm done with doing this feature. All right, folks. As you can see, we're getting some progress done over here. Of course, with a little bit more patience, you can get even better results than this. But this is just like a rough sketch of more or less where we're heading. And yeah, but this tutorial, of course, besides also using the spline tool to like we're in there to like for the NASA word, like here that shape in there, and we're just learning how to just trace a picture. Before we continue tracing even more, let's just like begin coloring this thing. So I'm just gonna right click in there and I'm going to click on. I'm just gonna boss extrude. Just wanna like color that and I'll make that. I believe it's dark blue. That we got a nice. I think that is like a nice blue in there. Then the NASA, I'll click there, right click, and I'll go for boss extrude. I will color all of the letters. I'll go for white. Then as for the stars, we're do let's go here boss. Oh, there we go. Sorry, boss extrude, and let's do that. Let's find some sort of like golden color there. Oh, that looks pretty. And then for this guy, I'm gonna wait a second because I'm gonna try and see if I can. No, you'll see. Just for a time, I'm gonna just speed up the video a little bit, but you'll see what I'm trying to do. All right, so now we got now it's kind of looking way more like the space shuttle. We still need to do the thrusters there, but let me just begin coloring things a little bit. So let's begin over here. Make that guy yellow like that. I think it was aqua, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna go for that one. And that was like this red, and then the next red was even darker. As you, this design is not a perfect at all because like you can notice those lines are a little bit off over there, but yeah, that's fine. It's part of the process. I mean, this is just an approximate introductory video, one would say. Let's get those guys white. Yeah, that looks there. Let's get this guy also white. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave the space shuttle like that because otherwise, like adding all of those details would take like a really long time. So I'll just keep it simple for now. But I'm not yet done. I still have a little bit more to do over here now. I think it's gonna be the last thing I'm gonna add to this thing. And so let's go to tools. Well, all right, folks. This is essentially it. All what I wanted to show you. Hope this video was helpful in any way. There's actually before we finish this video, I'm gonna show you some other stuff. But I hope you guys like this and you're able to do well more of these things. I find them fascinating. You could just trace a picture like that. So you can see these are all the sketches I've been using, and then you can cut it and it will look very pretty like this. Bear with me just one more minute. Using a similar approach, you can do cool stuff like this. So this thing in there, you could probably free print it. But like, I did a similar thing like this, and let me just eliminate that picture on the background. 1 second, so you can see how this airplane there looks like. So you could, if you had like a laser cutter of sorts, you could probably, you know, like etch all of this into like some sort of surface. And so there you go, like one example. You just open another example here. This is in here another example. This is actually a Russian version of the Concorde. Very beautiful plane. And this is how it would look. Yeah, so you could probably like vector edge this. So that's why it's, and you can see the combination of like straight lines, splines, all sort of figures. yeah, so interesting stuff. Well, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye bye.